Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Serena Sayed, and today we are tackling a big question in the world of news and social media. How do people perceive the truth and trustworthiness of news articles written by humans compared to those generated by AI? And why does this matter for us as media consumers? Stick around because this isn't just about spotting fake news. It's about thinking critically about how we make sense of information in a complex digital world. The study I want us to look at was done by Walid Al Nuwasser in 2024. It uses a quantitative research methodology, which means it collects data that can be counted, measured, and analyzed statistically. In this case, participants read different news articles, some written by humans, others created by AI, across popular social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter/X, and LinkedIn. The study measured things like trust and credibility, basically, how believable and reliable people thought these articles were. This study fits into what's called a post positivist worldview. That's a research perspective based on the idea that there is an objective reality. In this case, how much people trust news. That can be studied and measured systematically. Post positivism assumes that researchers can minimize bias, test hypotheses, and produce general insights about the way things are, though they recognize that knowledge is always open to revision. So, what did Al Nawasser find? The findings indicated that LinkedIn was the most trusted site, followed by X and Facebook. Participants who trusted Facebook content were more likely to find articles from all platforms real and believable. AI generated articles were perceived as less believable and more likely to be fake than human written ones when posted on Facebook or X, but the opposite was the case for LinkedIn. These findings indicate that trust in a platform may be connected to the overall perception of news articles, and that the context in which an AI generated article is posted may affect the way it is perceived. The study also highlights that people's perceptions are not uniform. They change depending on where they see the context and who they think made it. This is important because it shows the complexity behind simple questions like, is this news true or can I trust this? But here's a really interesting part. The study is just one way to look at the problem, using a post positivist quantitative approach. That means it focuses on measuring things like trust through numbers and tests general patterns. But what if we asked different questions and used different research approaches? For example, a constructivist worldview would say that trust and belief are not just measurable variables, but personal, social, and cultural experiences. A constructivist researcher might conduct interviews or observe online communities to understand how people actively interpret and make meaning from AI generated news based on their backgrounds and relationships. This approach helps us see the story behind the numbers and why different people react differently. Alternatively, a transformative worldview would dig into the power structures behind AI generated content. It would ask, who controls the algorithms that decide what news we see? Whose voices are amplified or silenced? How does AI generated news affect marginalized communities? Researchers with this lens might partner with those communities to challenge misinformation and work for fairer information access. Finally, a pragmatic worldview would combine the strengths of both quantitative and qualitative methods, looking not only at how people perceive AI news, but also how they practically respond to it in their daily lives. This mixed approach aims for real world solutions, such as improving media literacy programs or designing better platform policies. So, what does this all mean for us? It means that media literacy isn't just about identifying if something is AI generated or fake news. It's about understanding the methods, the worldviews, and approaches behind the information we consume. We need to ask who created this content and why, what method was used to study it or create it, what assumptions are or biases might be involved, and how do different people experience and interpret this information differently. By learning to ask these questions, we become more curious and critical media consumers, better equipped to navigate the ever changing digital landscape. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to get sharper at thinking critically about media, AI, politics, and the digital world, this channel is for you. We'll break down complex topics to help you understand what's really going on behind the headlines. And if you're a creator or entrepreneur who wants to apply strategic thinking to systematically build and grow your brand and business, then check out Serena's playbook. That's where I share clear step-by-step strategies to help you grow with confidence and clarity. So for now, stay curious, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next episode.